Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. In this one, we are talking about the NFL Monday Night Football matchup, and we got the Vikings and the Bears. And this one should be a pretty entertaining game. Two pretty fun teams when you got Justin Fields, Joshua Dobbs, who's been playing pretty well. So a good one to get into. It's always important to have a game script in mind when you're looking at these single game slates. So we're going to get into that as well for these 5 picks for you guys to consider. So stay tuned for all 5 of the picks. These tools that I use in the video, they both have 7-day free trials, so definitely check those out down below as well. If you guys are not in the private Discord here, it's $24.99 a month, less than $1 per day on the monthly plan. If you want to get in there, we've been winning big all year. NBA and NFL have been killing. Definitely get in here. We have 5 plus cappers giving you guys their top picks and our projections, which have been going crazy as well. You can see on Sunday, the projections that we run every morning went 3 for 3. The day before, also 3 for 3 on the projections. 2 for 3 the day before that, and the day before that, they went 3 for 3 as well. And you can see it's all sports, NBA, and also people in the Discord have been winning big here. You can see all these hits. Underdog and Prize Picks, 6 for 6 hit here in the NFL this weekend, so definitely get over here and check it out. Less than $1 per day. It'll be linked down below. So for this one, I expect kind of a higher scoring game. I think both of these teams could get off against these defenses here, so I think we're going to see a pretty entertaining game in this one. We could see here that Bears at Vikings. The Vikings are just 3-point favorites, 44.5-point total. I think this one could go over, but Vegas thinks it's going to be about 24 to 21 in favor of the Vikings. I think the Bears could win this one. It could be even higher scoring, higher 20-point game is how I'm going to be building these slips. So it's important to come up with that kind of script for your picks. So all 5 of these picks are going to reflect that. The first one we're going to go to, Justin Fields over his pass yards at 196.5. People kind of forget that he was playing pretty well before the injury as far as putting up stats. You know, the Bears weren't winning, but his passing numbers were definitely a lot better. I think that this is going to be a better one for him in Minnesota. They do have the dome, so they're going to be playing in good weather. I think that he's going to be able to throw the ball all over the field, and we're going to take a look at this one over here on Outlier, which does have a free trial that I mentioned, and it's linked down below. It's Outlier if you want to check it out. Looking at his pass yards on the over, if we click on 2023, we can see this season in 4 of 7 games, Fields has hit this over, and actually in this game versus Minnesota didn't play the full game, so it's really more like 4 of 6 games if you just take this game out where he didn't play the full game. You know, they beat Detroit, but they kind of took a lead and stopped passing in this last game. I think it's going to be more of a back and forth game, and Fields is going to have a good one in this to surpass this. Really, 4 of 6 games he's hit this year, and I think he's going to be in for a big one. So I'm liking Fields over on the passing yards. Going to be locking this one in over 196.5. I think he's going to have a nice day. And if he's going to have a nice day, DJ Moore's going to probably have a nice day as well. So stacking a wide receiver, quarterback, never a bad idea if you're putting together these bigger slips and you're working on a single game parlay here. So taking over on DJ Moore. Don't think this is a crazy line at all at 61.5. He can catch anything and take it for a huge gain. You know, he's a big yardage wide receiver. So definitely liking DJ Moore. If we pull up DJ Moore on Outlier as well, pretty cool things we can do over here on Outlier. You know, you saw we could filter by just 2023 over the last 10. We can also come to DJ Moore in 2023 has only hit over this yardage mark in 4 of 11 games, but you can hit this drop down filter and see games where he's played with Justin Fields, and then we can come down and see all 4 of those games were with Justin Fields, and the 4 games without him, he went under this total. So in 4 of 7 games this year with Fields, he's gone over this yardage total. And one of those games was that Minnesota game where Fields didn't play the full game as well. So again, we can kind of say this is actually 4 of 6, so a high percentage here of games that DJ Moore has played this year with Justin Fields. He's gone over. Really like this combo. Gonna lock these two in as my first two picks for the Bears. For the next pick, we're gonna come over here to OddsJam, which is a tool that also has a free 7-day trial. Link down below to take advantage of that. One of their top picks here is going to be Harrison Smith under 6.5 tackles, and you can see basically how this site works is they compare the line on Prizepicks or other player prop sites up here like Underdog or Thrive to what all the other sportsbooks have. So over here you can see minus 130 on DraftKings, minus 131 on Caesars, minus 140 on Fliff, and Hot Streak actually has this one at 5.5, not 6.5. So sportsbooks are liking this one on the under for Harrison Smith. We're going to go ahead and lock this one in as our third pick from OddsJam. If you want to check it out, I don't know why there's two here. Oh, Harrison Phillip. Okay, that's weird. It says he's an offensive lineman, but okay, we're going to Harrison Smith on the under anyway. That's weird. I thought that was the same exact player. Anyway, that's our third pick, Harrison Smith. Then we're going to get into some more Vikings picks. So, like I said with this game script, I do think that actually Chicago is going to win this game, and Minnesota will put up around 20 points, little low 20s. So I think that's not going to be the best news for Joshua Dobbs and some of these receivers. So for Dobbs, his line's at 237.5, pretty high for Joshua Dobbs. I know he's in a different offense. He's kind of one of those players that reminds me of like Gardner Minshew or Taylor Heineke that will get some really gritty wins, not good enough to take his team to the playoffs, but gets people excited like that and will grind out some games, running the ball, making those crazy plays, but not going to be a huge yardage guy. Taking the under on Dobbs. 237.5 is just a high line for me. I know he had one really good game with Minnesota where he put up some yardage, but I just don't see it in this one. Going ahead and pulling up Dobbs over on Outlier, we can see the under minus 130 at 237.5. This one opened at 233.5. It's been as low as 227.5, and for some reason this one has been creeping up. But I'm just not seeing it in 2023. The under has hit in 9 of 11 games, 82% of games. He did have a massive game against New Orleans here. Last game out had 221, so has been pretty good with the Vikings, but not seeing it continuing. 9 of 11 games has gone under. So for Dobbs, taking the under on this. Vegas likes it. The data supports it. And my game script also, I think the Bears are going to win. So we're going with Dobbs on the under. Justin Jefferson also not back. I forgot to mention. Basically, the latest reports, he's unlikely to play. So, I mean, we can just look at the latest reports from ESPN Sports Illustrated. Probably is not going to play, which is not going to be good news for Dobbs as well. Even though I don't think he's ever played with him before, but can never hurt to have Justin Jefferson out there. So, going on the under for Dobbs, and then got to take one of his receivers under in this single game slate. And if we just type in the Vikings and just look at receiving yards, you got Addison 49.5, Osborne 31.5, Powell 22.5, and Hawkinson way up there 63.5. Someone's got to fall short here. I think it's going to be Brandon Powell. If we just look at Powell, last game he had 32 receiving yards, but you'll notice next time he had any receiving yards was October 29th. So he went 2 full weeks. Minnesota hasn't had a bye, without a catch. So it was good that he had 32 receiving yards last week, but the 2 weeks before that didn't have any yards at all, which I don't know if they're really accounting for that when coming up with this 22.5 yard mark. If we look at the snap count, when Jefferson didn't play week 6, Powell got bumped up to 60% of the snaps. Saw 61 again, 53, 69. Last game, 67. And this 69% of snaps was when Osborne got hurt in this game, played just 27% of snaps. Missed the next game, Powell jumped up to 67% of snaps. Then Osborne was back, played 96% of snaps. Powell went down to 59% of snaps. But even when he played 67 and 69% of snaps, didn't record a receiving yard. So definitely have to take that into account. I think his snap share is going to go down in this one. And, even when he's playing 67+% of snaps, didn't record a catch. So I'm taking the under for Brandon Powell. In this one, I don't like Minnesota's passing game in this game as it is, but with KJ Osborne and Addison playing a good amount and TJ Hawkinson commanding a lot of targets as well, not seeing it for Powell. Not seeing it for Powell in this one. That's going to be my 5th pick of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, definitely get in the private Discord here. We have 5+ cappers in there giving out their picks on all sports. I'm just one capper giving out these picks in the YouTube video, but I give out more picks. We have other people, and the projections in there have been killing it. People winning big. 6 for 6 hit in the NFL this weekend. You can see underdog hits, more NBA hits on the weekend. So we cover all sports, hitting, cashing people out in the Discord. So get over here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.